Pandishe juu.
Two, check two, Andrew, clarity one. Camera three.
Kenya's election to the United Nations Security Council in 2021 for a third time, mara ya tatu, justifies its capacity to shape global governance and advance Africa's voice in multilateral diplomacy. We do not take this for granted. Kenya has played a pivotal role as the global environmental capital. Since 1972, we have hosted the United Nations Environmental Program, UNEP, global headquarters. Today, Kenya is home to one of the largest UN duty stations, hosting approximately 20,000 staff operating under the umbrella of the United Nations office in Nairobi. This population of UN staff is set to increase in 2025 as many staff relocate to Nairobi as part of the UN Greater Reforms Plan. The UN has also made significant investments in the country, and as a country, we will soon have a venue that can host a United Nations General Assembly. This is huge and transformative for our country. It is expected that the investment could be close to $400 million US. You will recall that Kenya hosted historic events such as the Third World Conference on Women in 1985, the United Nations Environmental Assembly in 2021, and the inaugural Africa Climate Summit in 2023. These and many others have solidified the country's position as a global hub for diplomacy, international trade, and investment. I welcome you all, members of the Fourth Estate, to this media briefing on 60 years of Kenya's diplomatic journey. For 6 decades, Kenya has been at the forefront of diplomacy, advocating for mutual respect, dialogue, and unity on the global stage. This has been to the benefit of our citizens as Kenya undertakes its role of a global citizen. Shortly after independence, in 1963, Kenya embarked on a journey to establish herself as a sovereign state and assert her independence on the global stage. Kenya did this by opening its first 6 missions in 1964. These were in Peking then, which is now currently Beijing, Moscow, then it was the USSR and now Russia. Then we have London, we have Bonn in Germany, Cairo in Egypt, New York for the United Nations, and Paris in France. From this humble beginning, Kenya today has 68 missions spread across the world, championing for the country's interests. These comprise 29 missions in Africa, 16 missions in the Asia and Middle East, 14 in Europe, 5 in Americas, and 1 in the Oceania. This diplomatic footprint also includes our offices in the United Nations capitals of Nairobi, New York, Geneva, and Paris. As a founding member of the Organization of African Unity, now the African Union, Kenya continues to champion African unity, economic integration, and peace. Over the years, Kenya has participated in 43, and I really want to emphasize that, 43 peacekeeping and peace support missions, including Yugoslavia, Cambodia, Iran, East Timor, Western Sahara, Sierra Leone, Liberia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia, South Sudan, and more recently, Haiti. This demonstrates our commitment to regional and global stability. This December, the Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs will mark the 60th anniversary of Kenya's diplomatic journey. This will be a commemoration of Kenya's enduring legacy in peacekeeping, regional leadership, and global diplomacy over these 6 decades. The celebrations will run from November 27th to December 7th, 2024, and will feature a series of activities. In the first instance, the ministry will have its inaugural open day on the 29th of November at the ministry's headquarters car park. That is where we are. We invite members of the public to participate and learn more about the services offered by the ministry. The following week, we expect to host various conferences speaking to diplomacy and foreign policy. These events will be open to the public, and we expect that His Excellency the Head of State, President William Ruto, who is diplomat number 1, to preside over some of the planned activities. There will also be exhibitions open to the public where various partners and organizations will showcase the services that they have rendered to the country over the 60 years. These exhibitions are a great learning opportunity for us who believe that Kenya is not an island. I am sure that there will be plenty of knowledge sharing and excitement. These public events provide an opportunity for all of us to understand the scope of diplomacy as practiced by our foreign service officers. We truly want to make this a foreign affairs machinani week. They will also enable the public to participate, to appreciate the role the citizen plays in the articulation of the country's foreign policy. Further, these events provide a great opportunity for interactions between citizens and the various practitioners of diplomacy. Let me highlight just a few of the events. First, as I have indicated, 29th November is the Ministerial Open Day and public engagement at the ministry's headquarters showcasing departmental activities. On December 2nd, that will be the formal opening ceremony where His Excellency the President will address the nation on these matters at the KICC. We shall then have an exhibition running at KICC, Comesa grounds, from 2nd to 4th. On 3rd December, we will have a tree planting activity at the Ngong Road Forest, and that will be followed by private sector dialogues at KICC. On December 4th, we shall have the Diaspora Conference. Discussions on Kenya's contributions to, on the diaspora of, the diaspora's contribution to Kenya's development will feature very, very prominently in this conversation. Then we have the diplomatic conference roundtables scheduled for December 5th at the University of Nairobi, exploring Kenya's foreign policy evolution, peace initiatives, and youth diplomacy. Historical unveiling of, this is on the 6th of December, we shall launch the Foreign Service Academy as a semi-autonomous government agency, and a historical photo gallery will be opened at Uhuru Gardens. The grand finale will be on December 7th in Eldoret, where there is the Eldoret Run for Education cross-country. This is domiciled where we get the top cream of our athletes in that region, but it will be also inviting other Kenyans to participate in this cross-country race. If all goes well, we believe it may be flagged off by His Excellency, the President.